frequency problems, but he also deals with other problems too. And so anyway, I got that information the other day, and so I'll pass that along to you there. So I'll go ahead and give it on back over to Mike, W4TMC, W8NWY. Alrighty, W8NWY and the group W4TMC. Anybody else want to get in here this morning? Well, I know Tennessee Steve's mad at me, but it seems like maybe he should be able to let us get us a rundown on Ronnie. It'd be nice if he could do that. So, but I don't know. You know, he's a really fun man. I really like him. But he has his quirks there sometimes, and so maybe he will unquirk himself here. But we'll see. And I'll go ahead and let's see. I'm supposed to pass it to Will. So KC8OKJ in the group, and everybody's got a good signal. W4TMC. All right there. Anyone else want to come in? W4TMC in the group, KC8OKJ. I'd like to say good morning to Reese and the Bill. Hope you gentlemen are doing well. And hopefully the weather's not blowing you, going to blow your house down or anything. So, yeah, I think the thing about Southwest Ohio, the main weather event you got to worry about up here is the tornadoes. But other than that, you know, we're fairly safe, fairly safe. But we do, Southwest Ohio can be a hotbed of activity some years for them tornadoes. So you got to watch those. And I definitely need to get my tower work done so I can get the rest of my guy wires attached. Because, man, I really need to get that done. And that tower is just a little too tall to be unguyed. Just a little too tall. If it was 40 foot, road 25 with what I got on it, I wouldn't be too nervous at all about it being unguyed. But 62 foot, that's pushing the envelope a little bit. So it definitely needs to get some guy wires on it. And the thing's been up for 3 years, I think, or maybe 4. I need to get that done because one of these days, it's not a question of if it's going to happen, it's a question of when. I need to hurry up and get that done. All right, let me see. I think it was Reese, N5LXP, KC8OKJ.
Okay, N5LXP. Yeah, signals are good this morning. And not no trouble hearing anyone. Yeah, I have a number of little things like if I'm going to, I've got a little simple cloud burning antenna. I never really finished it either. I need to bring it down and finish up weather tighting, redo the connection and make them weather tight, seal them up and put it back up to the top. At least I have it with a little rope and pulley now, so I don't have to jackknife down the whole little structure, which isn't very high anyway. But it's sure a lot easier just to let her down and I needed to do a little more refining or tuning on the 40-meter antenna. So it's zeroed in here where I want to use it more. For some reason, it's not showing resonance at exactly the right place. But it's just a two-band dipole fed with a same coax. And then the vertical, I've just got it jackknifed down, and I keep not putting off, reworking the coil and doing all that. And, if I keep fooling around, I run out of good weather, and I need to get that done. All right, let me see. I think it was Reese, N5LXP, KC8OKJ. Okay, then it'll get into the winter and all that. So we'll hopefully get it. It was nice to have two antennas, and the Bertha was fun to play with it. It worked pretty well. It was about almost a 2/3 quarter on 75 and a full quarter wave on 40, and also it had a number of, you could hang little elements on it, just little verticals, different, whatever length you cut the radiator to, it would do that band. I had it where it would do 20 meters, and I think I one time set it to do 17, and whatever, you could actually probably manage to do more than that, but that would be adequate. Anyway, I need to do that if I'm going to do it. I'm getting a lot more, I'm pretty restricted on what I do on ham radio right now, but that's just, I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I'll keep it rolling, and yeah, it would be nice to hear from Lonnie. I don't know what happened there, but I guess some kind of a radio problem. And we don't know what he's up to. Okay, all right, over to Bill, KQ4UN. Yeah, your signal is also good. Oh, this is over to you, N5LXP.
Yeah, okay, N5LXP, KQ4UN. Anyone else? Okay. Yeah, Reese, you're steady 15-20 over. And the last couple of weeks you've been barely breaking that line. So whatever you did, it's sure a lot better. And Mike too, my goodness, 20 over, 30 over. Good signal. Okay, I got Dr. Inman, or Brant Inman, and I got the number. And he was, I got to refresh my memory. We got into a discussion about that, and this was about your brother, right? And what was his problem? What was he doing with Dr. Inman over? Well, he had, he developed bladder cancer, and they had to remove his bladder, and then they found later, they thought he was totally cancer free, and then they found 3 spots on his lungs, and so I think that doctor is working with him on trying to take care of that problem right now. So that's where he is right now at this point. So, he developed bladder cancer, and they had to remove the bladder totally. And they checked him several times, and he was cancer free. And then he went back in for another checkup, and they found 3 spots on his lung. So this doctor is working with him right now to try to take care of this problem. So he talked with my XYL yesterday. He said he's feeling well, and he's got some. I think he's got one or two more treatments, and then they're going to see how it goes with him. And but he's lost a lot of weight. And I think it's because he's been trying to reduce in weight, but I don't think it's been a result of the treatment or anything. But he is, he always was a pretty robust guy, and so he's really lost some weight now. So anyway, that's the XYL did get that information for me. I told her next time she talks with him to get that information, and I would pass that along to you, Bill, KQ4UN WA8NWY.
Okay. I remember now, yeah.
All right, I appreciate that. And as for Lonnie, I believe what Lonnie's going through, ham radio is the least care right now. Yeah, he had a problem there with the antenna, but I think what Lonnie's going through, ham radio is not even considered in the daily routine he's going through now. This is too serious to even think about amateur radio, so he's going to be pretty busy. And I don't think amateur radio is not even considered right now. So that's a bad thing, but it would be nice to know that he's doing the best. I'm quite sure. Anyways, enough of that. So here comes Larry. I appreciate the information. There was something you struck on when we were talking about that. These guys take these photographs, they do these CAT scans. And for 3, 6, 9 months, they were going, everything's the same. I said, no, everything's not the same. And I said, show me on the photograph. Well, I said, listen here, it's not rocket science. You can show me anything. You're telling me what's not changed. And gee whiz, it was I was trying to look at what they're looking at, a photograph. And it's quite obvious. You see a blip on the radar, and you can see, you can tell. But it seems like it's like they don't need to show you them kind of things. And that kind of gets me the wrong way about these guys. I understand that I'm not a radiologist, but it's quite obvious that, if they can see it, they can show me that I can see it on the radar, And it's like everything's secrecy business. All of a sudden out of 9 months, we start seeing something. I said, but the last past 9 months, I've been telling you what you're seeing now. And then they get quiet. I get fed up with I don't know what their psychological attitude is with patients, and it bothers me. Anyways, enough of all that. I'll get off of that. Sorry about that. WANWY to pick it up. KQ4 UN.
AB4, okay.
Alrighty, I got Lige just came in there. Good morning to you, Lige. AB4. Okay, got you written down here. And, okay, Bill. Okay, I understand completely what you're saying there. And, it's something else. It really is. It really is. So, I don't know, you might, I don't know, that's probably a pretty far drive for you to go up there at Duke University Hospital there in North Carolina. But that's the doctor, and you can look him up on the internet. He's got quite a pedigree there, that doctor does. So he is working there with my brother-in-law, and I'm sure hoping he can help him there. This all came on him real sudden, so he's really fighting. AB4OK, and you'll give it to W4TMC. This is WA8NW1.
Okay, Larry. Okay, been listening on and off here for a while, and WA8NWY, this is AB4OK, and just went down and got my second cup of coffee, and maybe missed a little bit. Does anybody else want to get in here? So nothing heard this morning. Signals seem to be really, really good this morning. Everybody is coming in great. Mike, your station is sounding as good as it ever has to me. I don't know how it's making it up to Ohio, but it's sounding good here. And Bill, you're sounding good. And Will, if you're still in there, I don't know who's jumped out or who's not. But I'm just going to do a generic good morning all, whoever's in here. I heard Reese, I think, come in earlier too. So good morning to Reese too, and whoever else I missed. But Mike, I'm standing by for news, and I'm going to turn it over to you. W4TMC, this is AB4OK.
Okay, well, that's very good. Thank you so much. And let's see, is anybody else want to get in here this morning? All right, well, we're having a good morning, and I've been out of sync, between my Harveys here, and so I got to get Jim in here this morning as well, and Mr. Lodge, and so fellas, stand by for some commentary, and we're glad to have everybody in here this morning, and hope everybody's doing well. And let's see, what else is new here? Not a whole lot. Just, you go to the grocery store, you go to the doctor, you go back home and do it all again. On a cyclic basis. I mean, it's just, but I enjoy it. I'm enjoying everything. Bill helped me Lodge on the he asked me how high up my antenna was. I said, well, I don't know. And I went out and looked, and it slipped down quite a ways. And so that was a good thing that happened. And so it's back up there. And Bill and I'll be doing some work sooner or later as soon as the new things come in there. And we'll play around with them. So I'll go ahead and pass it on over to, where am I supposed to put it to now? I guess it goes to, let's see, Larry, because I think, anyway, let's see here. I think it goes to Larry. It's WA8NWY. If I've messed that up, help me out. W4TMC. It goes to Will, KC8OKJ. Take it away, Will. Good. All right here, guys. Well, good morning again. And, it looks like it's a beautiful morning up here. And, I think I am going to make this my last transmission for the morning. But hearing everybody, now Mike, you were real strong a little bit ago, but on that last one, I can tell the band's changing because your signal had dropped. But Bill down in the Carolinas was remarking on Reese's signal, and also up here at my station, Reese, you were almost full scale on the 940. Very strong signal. And you're talking about a cloud warming antenna. And basically, that's what I'm running right now. I've got the 160 on the tower, but this 75-meter inverted V, it's only about 28 to 30 foot off the ground at the center. And the ends are literally just, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 feet off the ground. They're pretty low dipoles, so this is pretty much a cloud warmer also. But it seems to work on this band pretty good most of the time. So I've been wanting to put another antenna up on the tower power for 75 meters, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. I just keep using this low one. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty good today so far, so I'm going to call it a morning, go in there, maybe see if I can get me something to eat. Sure is good to hear everybody. And Larry, I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with you and the guys and seeing Millie a little bit if she happens to be there. And that should be quite enjoyable. So I'll say 7-3, and I'll pass it on to the super signal on the band this morning, Reese, N5LXP, KC80KJ.
Okay, N5LXP. I was looking at it, the van, you're actually doing about 10 over and occasionally 20 over. This little meter, S-meter, it goes up the scale, it changes colors with a little arrowhead. I had a little tickle. So it's pretty easy to tell if it's hitting, it changes, I think, from green to yellow, and then if it starts hitting about 20, it turns red, and then I don't know what it does then, but it also works for your output monitor when you're transmitting, so you can tell what kind of peaks you're hitting. So it's a good way to check your modulation level, and I'll try to keep it from hitting the red too often. I think it's set up fairly hot, so I can't. I mean, it's not. In other words, if I talk a couple of inches away from the mic and not real loud, fairly loud, it modulates about right. If I start eating the mic, it'll start turning red, so I figure that's a little higher than I want. I could probably turn the gain down a little bit.
Don't touch it.
I don't think it's picking up a lot of, it's not hot enough, I think, to pick up a lot of noise. At least I don't have a lot of noise in here. So I don't know. Usually if it's way too high, you can hear background noise. And I don't like that, especially if I'm mobile. When I'm mobile, I keep it cut down, so I have to really talk close to the mic. It keeps, well, I'm not mobile with this, but when I am, if I ever get the antenna back in operation, it makes a big difference if you turn the gain up too high. You pick up a lot of mobile noises. And I know from experience that if you keep it down where you have to elevate your voice, I think it makes a big difference on the other end. It's not picking up noises and stuff in the car or truck, in my case. So anyway, that's the story, and the band is doing pretty well, but there is some changing. I noticed the mic signal changed a little. So that means it went from fairly long to shortening up a little, although I'm still hearing it quite well. Yeah, this is definitely a cloud burner. And the way it is, it's probably about 25. Actually, it can go up to about 25, but it's about 24 right now, because I don't have it cinched up all the way. Like I said, I've been meaning to take that thing down and finish it up. And, but it seems to me that if you're talking within just a few hundred miles, these cloud burners work quite well. I'm sure this antenna would be not real good for any type of DX at all, for long distance stuff. But it seems like the cloud burners do quite well. And it's not like that I want to put up a 60-foot elevator. I don't want to put that tall with a pole up. I don't want a tower to fool with. So since it works pretty good, I'll just continue to use it. It's simple and easy to fix. So along with that, I'll move it on down the line to Bill. sounding good here, and wow, got a real throat fixing. All right, over to K24UN. This is N5LXP.
Quick break, Reese. Don't touch anything. You're sounding good. Just leave it alone. Go ahead, Bill.
Really, I hadn't done anything. It's just a propagation.
Not over here. It's not. You did something, and it don't sound like propagation to me. It sounds like more antenna or more power or something. I don't know, but you're back up there the way you used to be. Anyways, sounds good. That's the important thing. Anyways, something I didn't want to comment on, I forgot already. So, I need to pass this over to Larry. I wanted to ask, and I should have wrote it down. Oh, Mike, I got Mama and two Bambis over there sleeping. I can see them over there underneath the myrtle bush. They're taking it easy. And what brought my attention, how I caught them, was I had a buck just walk through. Fuzzy horns on his head. So, wow. No wonder those woods in here look so good. These guys here, I know they're related to the goat family. And they have done me a service that is just absolutely fantastic. They got the woods in the back of my house, which is, I guess, close to 5 acres. And they have all the underbrush down. I mean, it's like a park, you know, you can walk through there. Man, they got this, for me, they got my real estate really looking good. You can walk through there, the underbrush, no underbrush. It just wiggles everything down, and it looks good. So these guys did me a big favor, and I didn't have to get out there with a bush axe, you know, and do all that underbrush and cut like you was doing down there, Mike. Yeah, these guys did a fantastic job here. Close to 5 acres, they just whittled it down to, you could almost virtually run through there. I wouldn't do it at night, but in the daytime you could. You can look through there, it's nice and open, and gee whiz, about head high, all the way through. They did a fantastic job cleaning up. Exactly the way I do it, too. It looks good. I'm going to have to throw out some more, when more of the bad corn comes out, I think I'm going to have to give them some corn there and give them a little treat for all the work they've done around here. Wow, something else. Okay, I believe this goes to Larry, and I'm pretty sure it goes to Larry. So let me do that. WA8NWY to pick it up, KQ4UN.
All right, KQ4UN, WA8NWY. Anyone else want to join this morning?
Whiskey 2, Charlie Sugar, India.
Okay, Whiskey 2, Charlie Sugar, India. Good morning to you. Good signal up here in South Central Ohio this morning. And real fine there on everything across the board here this morning. Well, I'm hearing everyone pretty good. Mike's signal is dropping down on me here a little bit, but that's I think that's just normal propagation. And it does make a difference there on those inverted V's when you get that apex up about 60 feet, and you can get those each leg of that antenna at 45-degree angles. You'll see it if you've got an analyzer. You'll see the impedance fall right into 50 ohm.
and that's about as good a transfer of power from your radio gear to the antenna as you can get. So that makes a tremendous difference there. And guys, I'm going to have to bail out of here because I've got to get ready to get on the road here at 8 o'clock. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this one my final here this morning. I did send Lonnie a email, and hopefully I'll get a reply from him here later on in the day, and we'll find out about how his XYL is doing and try to see if he's determined if it's an antenna problem or a radio problem that he's having down there. So hopefully he's, like you said, Bill, that's probably about the last thing on his mind right now is dealing with the problems with ham radio. And they seem like those problems always rear their ugly heads about the time you don't need them, and that's when they crop up. So I'm going to say 73s, and I'm going to turn this over to Chuck, W2CSI, or CSI, sorry, on that, and you'll give it to live AB4OK. So go ahead there, Chuck, and good morning to you, W2CSI WA8NW1.
Quick break, John jumped in there. He turns it to John, and then John turns it to me. AOW, John.
Okay, I'll turn it to AOW John. Okay, make a note of that here. Alright, good morning to the group, W2CSI here. Got the start of a nice day here in North Carolina. Got 63 degrees. And, well, we had a hot one yesterday. I was going to check the high for today and let you know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to get up to 88 today. So I think the high for yesterday was 83, so going to get a little bit warmer. And I can't remember if I was here with you guys when I had to jump out abruptly or if I was up on 40. But one of my dogs got loose and searched the neighborhood all day for him there. Didn't really get to do much camping or fishing or anything, but we did find him right before dark, so that was good. At least got him back safe and he wasn't hurt or nothing. Just took us all day to do it. But good morning, Mike and Bill, and I think Will jumped out, Larry jumped out, Reese, good morning to you, and Lige, and I think John is jumping in. So with that, I'll pass it over to AOW John. Good morning.
Good morning, N5LXP. Anybody else waiting to come in? All right, well, I don't know where you're at over there in North Carolina, but you may get some rain here in a couple of days off of the storm system. It looks like it's all going to be east of us, and that's the normal. That seems to be the normal go of it for systems down there. Unless they hit Louisiana, Alabama stuff, and they might come up and give us a little bit of rain as they change course. And instead of going from the east to west, they start going from the south to the northeast. So, and I guess dissipate up there in the cooler air. Well, I won't keep it. Just say good morning to everybody, and nice to hear everybody. Just having some breakfast and listen a little bit here along the way here in the shack. So anyway, over to you, Lige. I got a friend down there in Kennesaw, Mel. If you did much to me or Simplex, you'd know Mel probably, but I don't know, man. I know that it wasn't that far from him that violence carrying on down there. I tell you what, it seems like you upset anybody anymore. They just go straight way to violence there. But I think the politicians are wanting to legislate take some kindness, and they'll make it against the law to be mean, and everybody would be happy and friendly and treat everybody good then. So anyway, down to you, Lish. Good morning to you, N4AOW.
Okay there, John. N4AOW, this is AB4OK. Anybody else want in? Well, good morning to you, John. Good morning to Chuck. Long time no hear for Chuck. Good to hear you back in here. Yeah, John, we kind of live in a rat hole down here. This was home. I was born here, and Lord, I don't want to be here, but I really don't want to move right yet. So I don't recommend this area, and sold a bunch of stuff around here because of that. I had to go up to Rango, Georgia. I was in the F-250, the 2021. I don't have a radio in it. My daughter's transmission went out coming home for the 4th, and she made it to Rango in that little car. Ain't much of a car, but she made it to Rango up there at that Holiday Inn Express. Boy, that's a rough looking place. I got there Saturday morning about 9 o'clock, and got the car on the trailer, and I was back home by 11. But anyway, I thought of you when I was up around that interstate, when I went up through there, John. If I'd had a radio in the truck, I sure could have made a simplex contact with you. But anyway, let's see. And Reese, don't touch that radio. Just leave it alone. As a friend of mine says here, just close the hood. It's running right. Just leave it alone, because she's sounding good there, Reese. But anyway, let's see. I guess that's all the interesting stuff I have to add for right now. So, Mike, I'm going to go ahead. And good morning, Jim. I didn't speak to Jim this morning. Jim's usually listening. He's probably, I don't know if he's still listening or not, but as late as it is. But anyway, Mike, let's go ahead and turn it over to you, W4TMC. This is AB4OK.
Alrighty, AB4OK and the group, W4TMC. Everybody's doing really good things, and Reese, I think you brought it out of the, everything's upstairs now. And I'll be interested to know how you lashed that up, and how it's been able to fix it like it's really, it is really good. I mean, I haven't heard you this loud in a long time, and so I'm really proud of that for you. And what else? Well, we're just waiting to see what the tropical storm's going to do and all that. And for those of you that didn't know, I went out and got some sandbags just in case for certain places that have been, around the flat plate. And we'll just see how things go. And I guess we'll probably have several more of these things to go. And if the northern part of phone yet needs to go, we can. That's hopefully the time. And I think we can move over about four or five, a few strokes over. We'd be able to still carry on over here on about. I have to think about it. I'll put that out here a little bit. So anyway, I'll go ahead and pass it on over to Larry's got it out of here. So I guess it probably goes to Bill. I'm going to go to and good morning to Chuck and also to John. Really glad to hear you fellas in here this morning. So over to Bill. I think is on top of the heap here. Over.
It goes down to Reese, Mike.
Okay, Reese. Take it away, Reese.
What happened to Will?
Bill got out.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, I thought it went to Will, but that's right, he probably didn't get out. If he didn't, he could squeal, I guess. He's got a good signal. I do think I remember him talking about that. Will, really hadn't done anything, but I guess when I shut this amp off, I could run this SWR. But I guess it's possible that the SWR could be creeping up now and then, and the amp shutting down somewhat. I don't know. But I probably need a little field monitoring system here or something, but I don't know. Propagation seems to change so rapidly that it's hard to tell. But that's the case of these solid state amps. I don't know that that's happening, but that probably would be a good idea just before I turn the amp on, because this little radio has an SWR indication, and it would show you what it is feeding right through the amp, through the antenna. Also, it's got an analyzer on it too. It'll run the whole spectrum of the antenna. I just happened to think of that. That wouldn't probably be a bad idea to start before I switch on the amp, just to make a quick check on the SWR. That way, I know if it got up above, if it started approaching 2, the amp would be cutting back, or even probably before that. That's the nature of these things, and that probably wouldn't be a bad idea to check that every now and then to make sure. But I haven't done anything to the antenna, so it would be something changing it from the weather or whatever, moisture conditions or something. So, but I'm showing very little SWR feeding the amp input, but of course you don't see the output of the amp that way, but I would see it before I turn the amp on. It would feed through, and I just happened to think about that. I should be probably doing that. Anyway, let me, okay, let's see. I turned it to Bill. Man, people jump in and out. It starts getting confusing to you. At least that's the way it is, unless something changed and I don't remember what it was. Anyway, KQ4UN, I take it N5LXP.
Yeah, okay, N5LXP. KQ4UN, anyone else? Okay. Well, good morning to John and Chuck. Good signals, powerful this morning. Everybody's, how about Reese, your, what an improvement. Whatever you did, it's the difference between hearing and not hearing. And so it's powerful. It sounds good. Anyways, Mike is talking about them deer back here. Them 2 little bandies must have just hatched out. Them little bitties are just, when they get up, they still weak at the knees a little bit, wobbling. But they hang around up here. This is the 3rd or 4th year now that I've had youngins hatch out up here on this small piece of real estate that I got. And of course, there's a lot of cover for them, and there isn't too much to bother them. They look at me when I go out there and walk around. I got my laundry out in the workshop. I don't have it in the house. And I'll carry my laundry bag out there, and they'll be laying there and they just look at me. So I guess they got used to me hanging around here, and wondering why I'm in their territory, I guess.